World War II was a time of rapid technological advancement, and both the Axis and Allies developed powerful anti-aircraft vehicles to counter enemy air threats. Today, we're comparing two of the most iconic mobile anti-aircraft platforms of the war, the German SD-KFZ-71 and the American M16 MGMC, also known as the Meat Chopper. Which one was the ultimate sky shredder? Let's find out. The SD-KFZ-71 was a German half-track equipped with a 2cm Flak-Vierling 38, a quad-barreled 20mm anti-aircraft cannon. This beast could fire up to 1,800 rounds per minute, making it a lethal threat to low-flying aircraft and infantry alike. It was based on the SD-KFZ-7 half-track, a powerful and versatile vehicle capable of towing heavy artillery. Introduced in 1940, the SD-KFZ-71 saw extensive use on both the eastern and western fronts. Its high rate of fire made it effective against fighter planes. However, its biggest drawback was the limited stopping power against heavily armored aircraft. The 20mm rounds were lethal to lighter planes but struggled against bombers. Meanwhile, the United States Army developed its own answer to enemy aircraft, the M16 multiple-gun motor carriage, also known as the Meat Chopper. Mounted on an M3 half-track, it carried a quad-mounted M2.50 caliber Browning machine gun system. This setup could unleash a devastating 2,400 rounds per minute, sending a wall of lead into the sky. The .50 caliber rounds had an advantage over the German 20mm shells in terms of bullet volume speed and armor penetration. While the Flak-Vierling relied on explosive shells to destroy aircraft, the Meat Chopper overwhelmed targets with an unstoppable barrage of armor-piercing incendiary rounds. The M16 was also heavily used for anti-infantry and anti-vehicle roles, shredding enemy troops and even lightly armored vehicles. So, which of these anti-aircraft beasts was superior? Let's break it down. Firepower. The SD-KF-71's 20mm cannons had explosive rounds, making them more effective against aircraft with thin armor. The M16 quad .50 cals fired more rounds per minute and had better armor penetration, but lacked explosive power. Mobility. The SD-KF-71 was a German half-track, slower and heavier, but well-suited for battlefield support. The M16 MGMC was lighter and faster, making it easier to reposition quickly. Effectiveness against aircraft. The SD-KFZ-71 was deadly against smaller aircraft but struggled against bombers. The M16 MGMC had better all-around effectiveness, tearing through most air and ground targets. Versatility. The M16 MGMC was heavily used in an anti-personnel role, while the SD-KFZ-71 was primarily anti-aircraft. In the later war years, the M16 became a go-to weapon for infantry support, whereas the SD-KFZ-71's role diminished as the Luftwaffe lost air superiority. So both of these vehicles were terrifying weapons in their own right. But in a direct comparison, the M16 MGMC Meat Chopper had the edge in versatility, mobility, and firepower per second. The SD-KFZ-71, however, had the advantage of explosive rounds, making it more effective against aircraft in some situations. But with the war shifting towards ground combat in the later years, the M16 became a true legend. Which of these two 1-2 anti-aircraft beasts do you think was the best? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more military history.
Voilà.